Hello and welcome to Knife Delights. It's time for another 3 for Thursday. Yes, this is an open tag started by that lovable, affable, and always jolly Irishman, Paddy from Paddy's Potato Peelers. Thanks, Paddy, for this open tag. It sure has been a lot of fun. Well, today I thought I'd bring you 3 Marbles knives. Now, I have talked about the history of the Marbles Knife Company out of Gladstone, Michigan, many times. I've went over the stacked leather handle and how marbles originated that. They were the first to do that in the late 1800s. Just a fabulous history of marbles. Now, marbles today, the brand is owned by Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and they've introduced a whole line of marbles knives. Uh, they're, talk about budget. They're very budget oriented. I have a fixed blade here that was, $10 to $12. Got this Sunfish here. It was $10 or $11 somewhere, and a Toothpick here, same price range. So they are extremely budget friendly knives, and they've really come out with a whole variety of patterns in the Marble series. So we'll get started here. Now, this is that sheath that J.O. Ventures Outdoors made for me. Fabulous sheath. Got a nice buck on there. I don't know why he always sends me stuff with a buck theme on it. I just can't quite figure it out yet, but someday I'll have to ask him. But anyway, Terry Schneider commissioned him to make this for me, and it's just beautiful. Just beautiful scout carry. I ordered this Marbles toothpick because I didn't have a good full-size toothpick that would go into this sheath. I had some fish knives, and a fish knife, it's the same pattern. It's a powder horn pattern, but the difference is it's a fish knife, not a toothpick. So I ordered this. I thought it was interesting. And this is ram's horn covers. And you can see the shield there. It says Marbles there. And that's kind of what the covers look like. They're pinned here and here. Of course, the main pin there. Got the threading down here. A thread here. And a small pinch in the bolster there. So, just a very nice knife. We can look at the fit and finish on the back side here. Pretty well done for a budget knife. If I can get it to focus here. There, that's a little better. Get you a better look here. And this is what our blade looks like. Of course, it says ram's horn here. I'm not real big on the, billboarding on a blade, but hey, it's an $11 knife. And just a little shot of the tang stamp there. And of course, these are made in China. Yep. So yeah, very well executed for the $11 or $12 I paid for it. I did notice there is a slight amount of blade rub down here when you close it in. And you can see the centering is off just a little bit. Just a little bit. But again, we're talking a budget knife here. Not too concerned. Fits very well in the sheath. And the ram's horn, well, there's a couple spots. I think there's one right here where it's kind of rough right there. I did a little reading, and for the most part, they do a pretty good job on the ram's horn, but there were some other folks that kind of commented that you'd get kind of little splinters in there, and they just took a little sandpaper to it and sanded it down a little bit, and turned out fine for. But again, what do you expect for an $11 knife? Seems to be pretty sharp. I haven't cut anything with it yet or tested it yet, but yeah, I think it's a handsome looking knife for 11 bucks. What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments below. There's several other patterns, traditional patterns with the ram's horn covers to them also. Okay, let's move along here to this big old beast of a knife. This is known as the Sunfish. It's also could be called the pocket axe, I guess. And look at that big old spear point blade on this. Yeah, boy, that's what a pocket knife, right? So you got the spear point there, you got a half stop. Open up here, again a half stop, and look at that pen blade. Woohoo! Yeah. Now this is in the white bone, and they do a really good job with their white bone. Very nice and smooth. Of course, you got the threaded bolster there. Yep, nice equal-ended pattern. We look at the back springs here. As you can see, there's really no significant gapping or anything. Got some brass liners. So I did just a quick check on the history of the Sunfish, and according to some, they thought that the Sunfish was popular with like framing carpenters in the upper Midwest. This would be in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Of course, that's an area that I'm from here. So that's one possible use for this big old beast. Another one is that it was used as a rope knife, because with this big old blade, it would be good for cutting rope. And I guess it showed up out west also. And in some museum, it's rumored to be that Kit Carson had one of these Sunfish. So there's several different uses for this knife, several different explanations on why people carried them. If you know of some other uses for the Sunfish, why, once again, leave it in the comments below. And then for our last knife here, I've featured this one before. This is a little Marbles bird and trout knife. Again, very inexpensive. It's got some nice little jimping right there. Just a very nice clip point. Actually, it almost looks like a trailing point there. So, you know how it goes with blades. It's a modified trailing point. There you go. But nice little half guard that you typically find on these knives, because you don't want your guard to get in the way as you're skinning or cleaning fish or what have you. But just a very well executed, again, very budget friendly knife. I don't know what the current prices on all of these are, but I would say they're still probably all under $20. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to come up, let me show you the sheath for there. You know, it's functional. That's what I'll say. It's functional. It does its job. Not a bad little sheath, again, for a budget knife. One of the reasons that prompted me to do this on my 3 Marbles knives is because I actually have a 4th, and I'm going to give you a very, very brief sneak peek at the 4th knife, but I'm not going to talk about it because this knife is going to, well, it deserves its own independent, in-depth video, because, folks, I was able to score this original Marbles fixed blade knife, and just look at it. And all I'm going to say is it is very, very old, and it has a great history, and I can't wait to do a separate video on just this knife right here. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Make sure and check out all the other 3 for Thursday videos. Head over to Patty's Potato Peelers. Check out his video for today. I'm sure he's going to have something very interesting. He always does. And also, I know Jersey Knife Guy just did a video on a Marbles knife also. So check over to Jersey Knife Guy. Say hi to Pete there. Check out his video on the Marbles knife. I think he came out with it yesterday. So until next time, everybody, have a very delightful day.